Alright, we got some last second quest stuff to do before we jump down the hole, so yeah, let's see what happens. Oh, no, no, no. Definitely don't need to. Frightened villager. Uh-oh, frightened villager. This man looks up sharply as you approach. Eyes going wide. You? You're the one he's looking for. Sets down his wand. You killed Lord Raedric. What if I did? No, 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 no. You don't understand. It didn't work. I'm one of the guards at the keep. Was one of the guards. He's killed most of them. The ones you didn't. Kolsk, he didn't last very long. Nothing but empty air, him. Nice enough to work for, I mean. Much nicer. But that didn't help him when Raedric came back. Gods, the scream. Wait, what? His eyes, it was like he was burning inside. He shudders. He says he's come back to lead us, like before. He says he's going to kill you for what you've done. I told him I'd find you, give you his challenge. Do it all honorable, that sort of thing. He let me go. And I kept on running as far as my coin let me. He laughs bleakly. Funny, me running into you now. And perhaps I should seek him out. Yes, sure. He'll love that, he will. Dying hasn't stopped him thinking himself noble, even when he's hurling poor Lendry off the wall. Me? I don't mean to go back there as long as I live. I figure I'll find work here in Twin Elms somewhere. Even if I have to guard some hut dwellers' goats or something. Until then, I plan to drink until I don't remember any of what happened. Good luck to you. There's something awful out there howling after your blood. Whoa, wait, what? Is this some kind of zombie? I'm very confused right now. How the hell did he come back?
And this gash here is from when I woke up with a wolf pack trying to eat me.
There. Mauled by a bear 7 years ago.
Oh yeah, look here. And here. Once the bull had me properly hooked on its horns, things got worse.
Do I have some kind of turn on dead spell? It's freaking... Hold on. Also, apparently I missed some stuff in Valewood, so I'm gonna go back and... Well, Kolsk got freaking wrecked. Well... I guess your decision to whether or not to crown Kolsk, make Kolsk the leader, ended up not mattering after all. It's the arrow. I was missing some...
I'm ready.
Some guy come. Whoa, what the hell is this? Touch from assault. Tenfrith, the young dwarf tending to the stew, looks up, startled as he sees you approach. He drops his ladle, spattering stew across the ground. What? The band turns. Get him, you dogs, and make sure our new cook doesn't run off. Help. Oh. Alright, well. So, I guess they kidnapped him. Very low level. That was easy. Alright, what the hell happened with you?
Hello.
By the flames, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I thought I'd be stuck cooking for these ignorant weasels for the rest of my life. Or until they were bored with me, I suppose. Did Pasca send you? She must be beside herself. I must get back at once. But listen, the next time you're in Gildan Vale, make sure to drop by the Black Hound. I'll let her know what you've done for me. And I'm sure she'll do right by you in return. Oh, to be back in my oven again. I got major positive reputation for finding your cook. At least they gave me a bunch of ingredients. Oh, oops. Leaving in 2 days. Alright, well, I gotta go back to freaking Kanu and self-destructive.
And the fire shows me something new.
Got so many gems. How the hell did I get up there? Here we go. The age walls appears to have once encircled this entire glade. Only a small fragment remains, and the stairs up to the top have crumbled away. Scale the wall. Climb up yourself. Alright.
I'm ready.
What the hell is this? Scroll letter. I do not think you will ever see this, but to your rightful Mono, we should have journeyed south together, and been safer for it. I would tolerate all the gloating in the world if I might live to hear it. I have put myself out of reach of the beast circling below, but I am done for all the same. I do not think I will rise again. Whoever finds this, pray for me. Perhaps in the next life I shall be a trapper of wolves. Alpha Mono's gloves. Well, that's depressing. Both Mono and this guy died. Should have gone down. Alright, back down. That's I guess I should I use the dex? I do need the stats, but I lose the bonus damage. But I guess it doesn't matter, frankly, because your main character, you just want to buff his stats as much as possible, right? Like, you just want to.
I'm ready.
Pop it. Perfect. Back to Kainoa. 1 day, 8 hours. Alright, let's go talk to this drunk guy.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
Vagabond Skull. Okay, Nua. We're off to find zombie Raedric, I guess, after I deal with this drunk guy's problems. Very well, let's hear it. Yes, I'm the lord of my own keep, and I have nothing better to do than to listen to this drunk dude. Alright. I worked up a few debts. Haven't got the coin. I paid off if I could. I know a way you can pay off your debt. Pallegina can put you in contact with researchers in the alien republics. You'll work as an assistant. Do we really want to get a drunk guy a job there? We'll see. Pallegina will be busy for 5 days. Damn, I called in a...
I'm here.
I called in a favor to get some drunk guy work in another country. And I don't even know if he's competent at it. Probably not. Oh, hey. The deer leveled up. Let's take a look. Weapon Mastery Knight. Sword, Morning Star, Battle Axe, Crossbow. Damn, man, why only swords? Oh, well, whatever. Let's do it. This guy has to use swords. Well. Sheathed in Autumn, 18 to 27. Is it better than your thing? Yes, it is. Alright. Let me...
Hope you're not expecting much.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to Resolve now. Resolve seems to be the most tested stat, so... Let's see, let's talk to the steward. How's that going?
It seems your fame is spreading. I have heard travelers speaking of your accomplishments in Defiance Bay.
Yeah, well, that place is still a burning ruin, so we'll see. Keep. It's so easy to let things fall by the way. What's the state of it? Alright. On to business. Oh, that's it? That's all she's gotta say? Alright. Alright. Don't worry, we'll come back and do the Kainoa dungeon. Probably with Kenna, because his quest is down at the bottom, so I'll go kill Raedric again, and then come back and do the tunnels, which probably shouldn't take very long, because I did put it down to the easiest difficulty. Where do we go? It is, yeah, Raedric's Hold. Alright. Man, he named this, well, his family's name's Raedric, I guess. Is it? Might be. Might not be. Alright, we found, we're gonna have to fight Zombie Lord, Zombie Paladin? Who the hell brought him back to life, though? Alright. Drawbridge is down. Here we go. As you approach Vampire. Is she a vampire? As you approach a smiling woman at the side of the road, you are struck with a sense of unease. At this distance, you can see her skin has a sickly, pallid sheen to it, and her eyes are the glassy milk white of a cadaver. Her expression sits oddly on her face, as if it requires great effort to maintain.
Hello.
Lord Raedric has been expecting you. The woman smiles a little wider. It's good that you have not refused his challenge. He feared you might prove a coward in the end. I'll escort him to your wish. Yes, take me to him. Come then. He waits for you there. He points up towards the topmost tower of the keep and leads the way over the drawbridge. Where are we going? Oh,
Hey.
going all the way to the top. Alright. Well, he's got his helpers. Who the hell brought you back? Let me know. Lord Raedric VII. An armored figure strides forward. In place of its eyes, great flames burn, emanating heat and light. In that orange glow, you can see that the face beneath has succumbed to rot, the cheeks sunken, the lips pulled back over gray gums, and decaying teeth. But it is unmistakably Raedric who stands before you. Look well.
Look well. See what you have made of me. But see too what great Bereth has permitted. I am returned, mind and soul, so that I might be avenged upon my enemies.
Come to me your challenge. And I'm glad for it. I've sent servants forth to observe your progress. I feared your soft heart might falter, but you have proven your valor in this at least.
I have strangled the life from the usurper Kolsch with my own hands.
Yeah. Wasn't
so
he
fell your champion.
Wasn't he part of your family
great
too? So your
oath.
alliance ended. Not great. Not exactly something to celebrate. Let's go. Was that creature to be your Thane? A man without resolve, without aim? A leech, growing fat upon the veil, senseless to the ravages his vanity inflicted upon his people. Almost sounds as bad as the alternative.
I will not allow my lands to fall into
You were
ruin.
randomly hanging
I will
people.
cleanse the scattered god's poison from the blood of my people. I will scour his name from the deerwood. Bereth has blessed me with its favor, and I will be its sword. There will be no more mercy for the heretic, the thief, the charlatan. All will meet with death.
May the best man win.
Then may the twin god guide my blade. I will cut you cleanly from the earth and send you swiftly into the next
I
life.
can explain how he
I
came back.
promise you
Like
that.
it's just like, oh, I'm back as a zombie now. Don't worry about it. Let's go. Wow. He's got a lot of mages shooting at me. Shoot, he's dizzy. Alright, it's time to. What do we got? Ringleader? Let's do the mind crush. Stunned? Charmed? What the hell happened?
Ready, one. My bow's ready.
Blood makes the...
There we go. Champion of Barrow. Everyone leveled. Oh, it's just using a... He carries many scars. This armor was forged in honor of the Raedsaran monk Rugnafar, who came to believe that as long as no enemy could inflict more pain upon him than he could upon himself, he could never truly be subjugated by anyone. Conscripted by his government to quell the uprisings inspired by Saint Waidwen, Ragnar became a fearful, frightful presence on the battlefield. For every injury he sustained at the hands of an enemy, he would inflict one twice as severe. drawing strength from the pain that enabled him to fight through injuries that would have caused anyone else to collapse on the ground. He would charge his enemies covered in blood with tears in his skin, from hand to foot, and his foes would shrink at the sight of him, believing, as he did not, that it was not in their power to injure such a man. Near the end of the rebellion, when the rebels had all but overthrown the government, Ragnar found himself in battle, defending against Saint Waywin's main forces. Accounts claim that he was the last on his side to remain alive, and he was approached by Saint Waywin himself in the end. As the story goes, the living god looked him over and gave a slight bow, permitting him to fall upon his own blade, that he might remain free. The armor bears many artificial scars added by the blacksmith to make its wearer as imposing as the figure that inspired it, though it wears its real scars with equal pride. What the hell is this? Okay. Oh, so it heals you. It has a really high damage reduction. Well, give that to him actually. We'll give it to Pallegina.
Hey.
Perhaps. Ooh, we got another quest. All right. Let's see. In the Ixamiddle Plains, Zakrin Lake is renowned for the beautiful flowers that grow along its banks for several weeks every spring. Local farmers harvest the flowers for a spring festival in all of the nearby villages. In the past 3 years, 4 people have gone missing during the flower collection. No one has seen the abductions take place, but people in the area have reported hearing a high-pitched whistle from within the tall reeds. When the abductees are discovered days later on the shore of the lake, they appear to be happy and smiling, but unaware of the world around them. The blissful victims never recover from the state, most dying within a few weeks. The philosophers at the monastery near Zakrin Lake have advised local rulers to seek help outside with the problem. Alright. I guess Alof. Maybe he could check out something with his magic. Well, we beat him again.
Alright then.
Do we not have any explanation for how he came back?
Hey.
Oh, hey. What's up? You have your victory champion. That's it? You don't wanna avenge your lord? Alright. That was really bizarre. Just like, oh hey, surprise, I'm back.
Hey.
Do something in the dungeons? So who the hell's gonna rule this country? Let me go.
Hey.
Well, I guess I should hurry up. We do have a lot more dungeons to do. Oh. Yeah, you're going mechanics, bro. Pulsing seal. Still down iconic projection. Oh, that's pretty strong actually. Holy power. Divine mark. Consecrated ground.
Hey.
Really not a big fan of the load times in between rooms. Oh, we should.
Laying low.
Travel out of a sewage pipe. I guess I never explored that part. Is that the other vampire's not here? Or... Back to Kate. I'm gonna probably just do the dungeon for for this segment. Hopefully it doesn't take. There's 15 levels. I hope it doesn't take an hour, but it might.
Place. As beautiful as it can be with the absence of children.
So Johnny leveled up too. Oh, whoa, we got so many abilities now. Stunning shots. Vicious aim, arrow sense. Try to flight. The bounce is pretty strong, actually. Swift aim. No, I think stunning shots is pretty good. While engaged by Raedric's animal, stunning the enemy. That, if your crit rate's really high, that could be really good. I don't know what the max level in this game is. I think it just gets athletics. Yeah. Insect swarm. Taste of the hunt. See fire by home base cook. Alright, I think I'm gonna give him single target abilities probably better. Let's see what our Cypher has. Disintegration. Wow. That sounds really cool. Disintegration and mind plague. Cypher does sound really powerful. Let's see what my main character can do. Probably just athletics at this point. Should I? Soul mirror. Force of anguish.
Hey.
Right. Let's go. Kinda has the level in Manlong, actually. Let's see how that goes. Let's rest first. Oh, here we go. The morning is cold and silent. We're upon the plateau of the Birthing Vale, and there is no sound, no wind. The sky is a smooth, mordred gray. The forest beneath the plateau, nothing more than a jagged black silhouette. Even the rock, the Asia around you, feels colder. The sun's warmth fled from it. Against the cold backdrop of the sky, you see the great Birthing Vale, hanging from its arch of Aedra. Its surface is tarnished, and the shadows inside the bell are dark, still. It seems to press down upon you, or simply, sadly, watching, as if standing above a grave formed from the table of the plateau, and the remains of the mother's wound that now covers its surface. And there's something heavy in your hands. It breathes. gurgling, slick and wet. Yet that is all it is. You find yourself filled with fear. You don't want to look at what you're holding. You don't want to touch it with your mind. And it is all you can do not to cast it from you. Same. The mass before you is vacant, flesh in the shape of a newborn. Bubbles of saliva bunch at the mouth, expelled by its steady, gurgling breath. Its arms, legs, head lolling, limp. No thought, no struggle, no desire to cry in protest or pain. There is nothing from within. There is an absence in your hands. Your hands tremble, shake, and the silence is broken as the chimes on your wrist echo with the trembling. And the chimes do not echo in the thoughts of the mass in your heads. There is no soul within to hear it. Reach out with your thoughts. The only emotions blanketing the plateau are the pain of the mother. The child breathes. Its heart beats, but it makes no cry. The child feels light, empty. There is no joy in it, no fear, no thoughts at all. Yet in the hollows inside it, it breathes, a thing of habit, not life. You cannot move, your trembling has subsided, and the birthing chimes on your wrist are as still as the child. The mother is crying, eager to see, begging to see the child. You feel a sudden spike of fear of being hunted. If you give the child to the mother, you will be blamed, and her anguish and rage shall fall upon you. She will not spare you or anyone you love, of this you are certain. But you did not cause this. You don't think you caused it. And the mother begs, her arms outstretched. Hand her. The chimes sound once more as you give the child to its mother. And as the chime fades, there is the eager gleam, the welling joy, the questioning. And you draw upon it deeply, letting the hope stream into her eyes, letting her ears fill with the cries you have heard countless times pass from other children on the bell. You hear the laughter in the mother's voice, in streams of tears that run down her face. With a practiced motion, you weave a life that will never be into her eyes and thoughts. She will care for the child as if it were whole until you set her free. She will care for it until you find a way to heal what has happened, until the reality cannot be dispelled anymore. And still, cradled beneath the weeping woman that birthed it, the child in her arms does not hear the cries of the mother, does not react. It is an empty thing that breathes and carries nothing within it. And the chimes on your wrist lie still. They are bound to you like chains, never to sound inside a newborn's mind ever again. Whoa,
Hey.
That was real dark.
Your mind comes bearing.
I saw Hollowborn at the burning bell. The grieving mother's head bows, and she raises her hands, cradling them slowly, so the chimes do not sound as she moves them. You feel a chill in the air, as if the vault of your mind is growing, too large for the thoughts within. Your breath is laced with a chill. To your horror, you hear her breathing, ragged, hacking, but strangely steady, and you can see saliva bunching at the corner of her lips, becoming thick ropes of jewel that cast themselves down her chin. There is the smell of blood in the air. New, wet, and the salt, sharp tang in your mind. Coupled with this is the smell of sodden undergarments cloying at your senses. Take her shoulder, try and steady her. Stepping forward, your hand falls on her shoulder, and you feel her begin to fall, rigid as a falling stone, and you place your other hand on her shoulder to steady her. Throughout, there is the horrid, steady breathing. Her clothes are wet. It is as if she is burning with fear beneath her tangled hair, and beneath her threadbare robes, as if she is giving birth. With a slow, hissing intake of breath, her head lolls back on her shoulders, her eyes pressed together like the lids of a newborn. Yet past the lids, you can feel this piercing stare, vacant, cold. Horribly, you sense nothing from her, not a thought, like the Hollowborn you held in her memory. You know if you try and pull away now, she will vanish into herself, and vanish from your thoughts, perhaps forever, and you have a terrible feeling that whatever connects the two of you will be cut. She is as helpless before you as a child, and you search your thoughts for a way to coax her to you. Share memory, peace, and comfort. She jerks slightly before you, then her head tilts, and the steady breathing breaks. She gives a racking cry.
I thought it was my doing. I thought that I had stilled it with my thoughts. The child. It was just a child. What was done with it?
You helped give birth to a Hollowborn, yet you made the mother think otherwise. Her breathing is steady again, but there is a life in it where there was not one before. And her emotions are building in her. Apprehension, confusion, welling up. She seems afraid to do more than simply be aware the memory is there.
It was not the last Hollowborn on the birthing bell, and never again did I hear a child's cry.
You have found death within me, one that many women have borne within them. The words swirl with impulses and weight, spiraling around her, and you feel as if you are being dragged into it. I sought to serve women in need, and instead my hands ushered no new life. What happened next, I bear the responsibility for. What happened next?
The first birth was the deepest, the saddest. Nothing I could do could find the child's spirit, guide it to him.
You feel a strange absence between you, as if your thoughts are being shared across a great distance. The thought bleeds out for a moment, then returns, sharp, near, personal. I could not understand what had happened, what I might have done. I feared I cannot dwell on that thought. The child was always there, always a reminder of what had happened, a marker. I made her care for it. I made them all care for it, until I could find what had gone wrong. But the Hollowborn, it wasn't your doing. It happened
Little
elsewhere.
word of the outside world reached us. It was enough time for rage and pain and grief to guide hands. I feared what would happen to the
She was
children.
afraid that
What
they were
would
gonna
happen to
get
me?
violent on her.
Every mother knows her womb may shed a stillborn, but these cold, soulless creatures, the parents wouldn't have understood, and fear of the unknown breeds violence.
What happened then?
I held their minds within mine. I shaped and guided them as long as I could. With each passing day, each new birth, the strain grew. And the more I felt my control
you can't-
slipping, the
you
more
can't
I focused my thoughts.
Project illusions into that many
Eventually,
people and
Even I
hold it,
succumbed
right?
to the power of my own illusion. I'd woven the threads so tightly that I could no longer see through them.
And then, one morning, I heard funeral bells tolling in the village. The sounds of wailing rose through the mists. A mother had died, her mind so focused on the care of her Hollowborn child that she neglected even to feed herself. And with that, the illusion broke. The townsfolk saw their Hollowborn the way they were, not the way I'd wished them to see. By the end of the day, they'd begun to look at me differently too. I did not understand what had happened, but I knew enough to flee. And every suspicion that surfaced, every faded memory of what I'd done, I pressed it down, tucked it away. She feels cold, lonely, rigid. My skill failed me, but I did what was necessary. I regret the mother's death, but how much worse would it have been had I not acted? Innocent lives is worth any price? I don't know. Are they alive? I understand. You had to defend
Yes.
yourself.
And yet, was the mother not also innocent? Did she not also deserve my protection? I feel the purity of my reasons, and yet little satisfaction for what I've done.
To rule another like that, even for mercy, is wrong. We must accept there are some things we cannot control. The grieving mother's mind is silent and still for several moments. She lets your words wash over her, seeping into the cracks of her, in her own thoughts.
My actions only caused more misery. Worse, I took from an entire village, made them as empty and helpless as the children I sought to protect. But what then? Is it better to stand by in the face of tragedy? To let it wash over the world, a hungry tide?
Life is often painful. You can't will it otherwise.
I thought I could. So many minds I had willed into acceptance, mercy. And yet those thoughts became a trap, a prison, for the village and for me. Your words have soothed my mind in ways I did not expect. I thank you, Watcher, for the gift of your sight, for using it to guide me out of the prison of my mind. Let us hope it can also free you from the illusions Theos has woven around you.
Oh,
Hey,
is that the end? Tongue tied, master below. So the trick Simok to... Oh, I guess that is the whole thing. Alright,
Your thoughts must flow deep. Your mind comes back.
that's it. Is she really?
Hey.
Because your character does have a past. Well, actually, this came up in, oh, hold on, let me check my party. What do I need? Who am I gonna need on the... Canna's definitely coming. I guess Sagani,
Farewell.
her story is pretty much over. Yeah, in Obsidian, Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas for people who don't know. So, in that game, you get shot in the head, you get amnesia. But the problem is, your character already has a past, right? And you were your own person before. It's like this game. Hold on. Your character has a past, presumably, before you awaken as a watcher. You know, you even customize your own backstory. It's kind of weird. It doesn't... hold on, let me see this. Nope. Now let's see. Good. The dragon that thrashed the dragon wailed. Oh, it's only enemies? That's pretty strong. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Oh yeah, this guy leveled multiple times. I have not had him in my party forever. Survival 7's pretty good. Karsnik's beast lit the night with his breath. Call down drakes. Whoa, you get 5. You get drakes? You get 2 ogres. Oh, okay. 2 ogres might be better, actually. Revive. Well, there's some resurrection spell, too. There's several directions. I think I'll take the ogres. My friend told me about Tyranny, actually. I was thinking about it. But the sequel to this game comes out in, what, a month? A couple of weeks, I think? I think it's next month, right? The brideman slew 30, 40 cast, they crossed half the hall. No, I'm gonna take the ogres. That sounds really good. What abilities does he have? I guess offensive. Marksman? He uses guns. Give him the marksman.
Hey.
Alright. Let us we have to sleep again because Canna didn't Alright.
Hey.
Now let us gather our party and venture forth. Time to go I know there's 2 expansions for this, but it didn't come with the Humble Bundle stuff, so I didn't. I'm gonna get through, hopefully 15 levels. I set out the lowest difficulty, so I don't have to. What the hell is this?
Welcome.
Oh. No, damn.
Hey.
I got a freaking jailer. Well, if you have a prison, I guess you gotta worry about. Gotta have prisoners. Yeah, so that's really soon. That's like 2 weeks. Should we be sneaking? I don't know. There was a door that was locked somewhere here.
Secrets whisper here. I shall listen.
Oh, hold on. I'll just have a random mace here.
And the
Here
fire
we are.
shows me something
I think
new.
we are so close. Beneath our very feet lie the endless paths built by Ard Nua, the great Angwithan king.
With BioWare going...
Up here, this is all Adiran, of course.
With
But should we
BioWare
descend
going
far
pretty
enough,
much
we
all...
will
They've
find
confirmed
some
they're pretty much
real
going
history.
all in on Anthem at this point. Obsidian is kind of the last Western RPG developer left. They made the South Park games, I know that.
To uncover that great king's tomb would be a dream. But it is one of his servants I am after.
They made
The
this.
Brahmas, a powerful
Yeah, there aren't
mage
many
and a
other
dedicated scholar,
Western RPGs
a
left.
keeper of lore.
They're all
just
they're
as
all
I meant to be.
JRPGs. Okay.
He was in possession of the Tanvi
I haven't heard told me about
Orator,
that too.
whatever
I
form of it
was.
preceded the one we know.
I know somebody was going to do a stream on it. I'll watch and I'll decide about Kingdom Come
names,
Deliverance.
scraps of the same symbols and verses we know in Rauatai. He must have held the words in high regard.
Sound
Or perhaps he was even the author.
very impressed by this guy. They say he held power over the elements, but I'm more interested in his writings. He was a prolific writer. I haven't been able to translate everything, but I've seen enough to know he traveled far and wide. If only we could have met him, what wisdom he could share. But we can follow his example and strive to learn from those around us. Why does this book matter so much? Rauatai faces troubled times. Once we were a unified people, but that's changing. And the Tavani or Ataha is hard at that. There are those who say we haven't held to its instruction, that we've allowed ourselves to grow weak and polluted our traditions by welcoming foreigners rather than laying claim to lands around us. Well, they want the conservative gotta take over your land. Alright, then we must hold to these traditions and we are to make ourselves a nation to be feared. My brothers would have it so, but we don't need to isolate ourselves to make Rauatai great. Make Rauatai great again? I know there's more to the chant. It wasn't created out of sand and water 1,000 years ago, but brought to Rauatai by the Angwithans, by a people that knew the value of alliances and shared their knowledge with us. And with that knowledge, we made Rauatai what it is today. If I can find the original, I can prove it. They'll know that the chant is far older than we believed, that the Angwithans favored peace and the trade of knowledge. If we follow in their footsteps, we can make a kingdom just as grand and lasting as theirs. Averting conflict is a noble ambition. Oh,
if my sources are correct, Gabranos will have brought the text with him. It will probably be within a library. Or a
I've
tomb,
been playing
perhaps.
crazy amount of
It
Monster
tends to be
Hunter,
one of the
dude.
two.
Like, I did not. Although I hear good things about that also.
Let's be off.
Man, I've been playing so much Monster Hunter these past 2 weeks. I have 140 hours in that game. That's crazy.
I'm here. Hey.
That game came out like 2 weeks ago. Alright, so this, I'm assuming this is the entrance to the dungeon?
Keeping an eye out.
Divinity Original Sin, I hear, has some interesting ways that the environment stuff interacts with spells. That's what I've heard. Alright, what's over here? Oh, we got more spitters?
Leave it to me!
Got one giant-ass spider. Spider Queen.
Leave it to me!
Does whatever.
Alright then.
Oh, wait, hold on. What the hell is that? Spear spider leg. We're gonna look at that. I just have a freaking spider. Oh, Oidhurst once belonged to a prominent military instructor in the capital city of Adir. The instructor was a cipher whose gifts were seldom used by his empire, and he grew frustrated at his superior's inability to see the potential of ciphers to perform key missions that no other force would be capable of. He began making his opinion known, and over time the opinion became more subversive and radical, until at last his unsanctioned activities got him charged with treason. The officer and crew that came to detain him, however, underestimated him as much as the Empire had, and with only this blade and the talents of his mind, he slew his would-be captors. He fled the city and embarked on a life as a duelist, obsessed with proving his potential to any who would question it. In the end, his life ended in the manner that the lives of duelists typically do, and the potential he often spoke of would remain just that. The knife still bears a psychic imprint, and the wielder will often get flashes of the maneuvers that the original owner performed in order to deliver the killing blow to his opponent. Some regard this as a curse, but many find value in it, and use such experience to better realize the knife's potential. Were it not for the evidence of heavy use about the handle and pommel, Raedric would seem new, its cutting edge perfectly beveled and honed without a single nick along its length. Get that stiletto. Yeah. Like, it's Capcom's best-selling game. Also, this is Capcom's best-selling game in a really long time, and best-received game. It sold like 6 million in a week. Whoa. Tiny spiders. Yeah. It's a lot more casualized than the other ones, which is good, because that's accessible for other people, right? That's the whole point. What the hell is this? Wait. Where does that lead? Where does this lead? So yeah, me and my friends have been grinding a lot of Monster Hunter. But WRPGs? I mean, I really hope BioWare doesn't die. Anthem...
Not as beautiful as the Anguithin ruins near my home, but your fortress is impressive in its own little way.
Okay. Where are we? Right, at least they've confirmed they're like betting it all on Anthem. And they're working on another Dragon Age, confirmed. I really want to play it. But, man, Mass Effect is probably dead at this point. Yeah. I mean, if you don't like hunting the same monsters, you're going to be hunting all of the same monsters a lot, but Capcom has said they're going to do DLC monsters every month? I don't know. Somebody said every month, but I don't know if I believe that. That's... one DLC monster a month is pretty... That's a lot. Because each monster has its own armor set that it gets. Fallout 4 wasn't very well received either, actually. I might actually get Fallout 4 because I saw the collector's whatever. The price has fallen to like 20 at this point. They're confirmed working on another Dragon Age game, especially with the huge plot twist at the end of Inquisition.
Leave it to me.
Where spoilers, they bring down the Fade.
All right then.
And I'm like, that's huge repercussions, right?
Hey.
Because isn't it the Fade the source of all their magic? It's some lot of shit happening.
Hey.
Quiet.
Alright. Let's not step on traps now, please.
And the fire shows me something new.
Oh, trap disarmed. Oh, hey. Sneak attack that.
Hey.
Just gets shot. Oh. Well, he is out of space. Alright. Well, in that case, what is this? This is the...
Hey.
It's risky to work on a new IP, right? It's the same reason Hollywood loves sequels. It's just less risky to bank on an IP everybody knows and guarantee sales, basically. I mean, you could develop an IP, but it's... Whoa! There have been some new IPs that have not worked out. You know, like Kingdoms of Amalur, do people remember that? It's hard to build an IP up from the ground.
What?
I don't mind, whoa, what the hell? It's just a broken blade? I'm assuming we get to reforge it at some point. Ah, there it is.
Hey.
I'm just hoping... Look, man, I love Mass Effect. I'm hoping we get another one at some point. I actually like, Andromeda. Andromeda was pretty fun. And I put a lot more hours into the multiplayer than I care to admit, frankly. But what's another RPG I never got around to? Oh, Wasteland 2 was something I was like, oh, I should try that out.
Hey.
But nope, never got around to it.
Following your lead. Hello? Hello?
I'll stay out of sight.
Okay. There's like 15 lockpicks. There's like 15 more. Oh, the Zalrip is lying in the corner of the chamber. Its ribs show starkly beneath its scaly hide. Its breathing is labored, each whistling breath causing obvious discomfort. Doesn't seem to react to examine. Survival. You look the sick creature over and notice his skin shows some discoloration, with ugly patches of yellow and livid purple. It seems to match the symptoms of a common poison, known as Maka's tears? You notice that the discoloration is worse underneath the painted symbols daubed on the creature's skin. There it is. You'll put it out. Merciful decision. The poor creature was beyond saving.
Hey.
Alright, so we know there's some poison?
Quietly now.
I guess we're...
Leave it to me!
I don't care very much for like challenging combat or anything like that. I'm just mainly in these games for story stuff. A lot of people are like, oh, I want on the hardest difficulty. Eh. Curled against the inside of his broken shell is a tiny white shape. Only when a tiny toothed maw opens to let out a frightened squeak is it clear that this is a small worm, recently hatched. Alright, pick it up.
Hey.
Get a pet? What is it? Whoa! This worm has been a runt of the litter, for it is much smaller than its fellows. For all that, its scales are beautiful glimmering white. It seems to be fond of you. Damn, yo. Just, what, do pets actually do anything?
Hey. Hey.
What's in this thing? Cracked eggshells are leathery but brittle. Most of them have been trampled into a fine dust stamped with tiny clawed footprints. Right.
Hey.
So they
Quiet.
raided.
Now this I haven't seen before.
Alright. Those camping supplies. Eat worm. Get to eat worm. Worm eggs. That's what they are.
Hey.
Light, flame, and sound.
Oh, that's a person. Okay. What is this? Hand and key. Worn by Pefrel, a Kaladin of the kind wayfarers. This breastplate bears an elegant relief of two hands, presenting a key. Pefrel commissioned the armor to demonstrate his dedication to the idea of opening paths and doors for those who might otherwise find the passage too dangerous. While his devotion to the order dictated almost every facet of the man's life, Pefrel was also a faithful adherent to the god Berith, and the hand and key served as a personal reminder that the final door he opened would bring him into the god's keeping. Alright, prevents you from... what the hell is this? The rolled up parchment is covered in smeared charcoal scrawls. Let me get it down in writing. I knew this was his shit plan from the start. Merrick, gleeful as a toddler, convinced we were going to talk the Zalrips into helping us fill our pockets. Help Andros right into a great big pit, more like, and now you've all run off like hares. Meanwhile, here's me, up to my armpits in bones and Zalrip shit. I hope you all rot down here. I hope Merrick trips right off the edge of the world and Drafton loses what's left of his wits and guts the rest of you. 5 of us left and you run. Curse each and every one of you, and curse me too, for dying here on account of a bunch of mewling pisspots. Here's for when one of you rotten lizard bastards learns some Aetherine. I hope you all fucking choke. Oh, he's bitter.
Hey.
How do we get into that other room? Probably this way. I mean, the idea of, oh, you gotta be stealth to detect traps and stuff is it's not a bad idea, but in practice, it's pretty easy. Because
Of course.
you just don't move very fast, right?
Hey.
What? Whoa.
Of course.
Well,
Hey.
this looks like a room. We should be careful. Yeah, I might not even make it through all these. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it through all 15 floors today. Unless I just, Zerg rush down there, but I'm not looking to do that.
Hey.
Quietly now.
Got more Zalrips. What's going on here? Oh! We're gonna try to convince him of something. Zaurep High Priest. Stepping into this chamber, you were assailed by a cacophony of screeches, growls, and barks. Blood-splattered Zaureps dance in frenetic, leaping motions. To one side, a Zaurep plunges his hand into a bucket teeming with blood, to dab patterns onto others eager to join the rites. At the far end of the room, one Zaurep, wearing the long skull of a young drake and vibrant feathers, shakes a staff towards the gathered Zaureps, screeching and clicking. The High Priest suddenly raises the staff above his head, shrieking with renewed vigor. He swings the staff downward and pointed at the pit, and at you. I think we've been invited to participate. No. Oh, that's it? Just attack? Sure. Wait, what?
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Here's a lesson to be.
So what's in this great big pit? Well.
Alright then.
Turn back. Well, we found the spirit. Don't be a coward, Casta. You cannot stop now.
Hey.
Wait, do we jump down? What the hell? How powerful poison. Is this pit a shortcut or something? Or you just jump in and die? Hold up. Let's not do anything too rash here.
Of course.
Alright. The wide pit descends into grim darkness. You hear the whistling howl of wind, and from time to time, hot gusts of air tug at your clothing. Examine the pit. The chasm appears to have been dug out with tools rather than being a natural formation. It seems to be very deep, but you cannot see the bottom to gauge the distance. Use a grappling hook. Okay. Soon enough, however, you see another source of light, far below. Past the dangling end of the rope, you see a dimly lit room at the center of which is a circular stone pool. The pool is filled with blood, and even at this distance you can pick out various limbs and mangled bodies, largely Zaurep in nature. The tunnel bored into the stone ends a ways above the chamber below, and your rope extends no further. Jump in there. Bracing yourself for a landing, you loosen your hold, dropping with the remaining distance to land within the pool of blood with a noisy splash. The thick, murky waters hinder your swimming, trying to pull you down into the unseen depths of this grim pit. But at last you crest the surface, and pull yourself up and over the brim, to find yourself at the reek of a reeking, sludgy mix of blood and limbs. Uh-oh. Wait, what? It's an actual area? This is a man-made pit, right? Alright.
Hey.
Gotta be in.
Not a sound.
Are we? Where are we? Oh wow, we did shortcut it.
Hey.
We went straight to freaking tier 5. Alright. What the hell is this? Drake. At the edge of this expansive chamber, encircled by a jabbering host of Zaureps, stands a massive reptilian creature. Its snout is splattered with the bloody remains of a recent meal, goblets of flesh still speared on crooked fangs. The Zaurep shifts anxiously, looking up expectantly at the Drake, as the beast stretches leathery wings in challenge, brushing the pillars on either side. Yes. Well, he could talk? You speak? I speak in stone shakes. I speak in lizards bring me gold. I speak and eat well. Yes, I speak. Let me pass on to you no harm. What? Sacrifice cannot leave. Sacrifice is not very smart. Master made me lord here. Here I am king. I am god of fire and gold. Wow, you're about to be the king. Nothing. Okay, so there's a talking Drake, and the master appointed him as the leader down here, which is weird. Oh, what is this? Ifan Bringir Solus. Ifgan Bringir was not the most adept soldier. Rather, he was quite prone to stumbling over his own feet. Well aware of his failings, his family crafted him a shield of exceptional heft and durability, trusting that if he could not rain blows upon his enemies, he might at least prevent them landing any upon him in turn. The shield proved effective in this regard, for Ifan was so thoroughly obscured by the shield, even while lying dazed in the mud, that many enemies sought out new targets out of sheer frustration. Okay, so this gets better when you get knocked down. Whoa. Okay, so it gives maximum health. Sure.
Hey.
This is good. Does that go up?
Hey.
Guess that goes up. We were what? We were on 3 before or 2? It's kind of weird. We fell down and then we gotta work our way back up. We're getting close. What? Oh no, this goes down.
Hey.
Alright, never mind. Wait, what? Can we not? Hold on. We can go back. We can go back up, right?
Hey.
Come on. What do you guys do? No, there you go. Okay. Okay. It's just on the other side of the thing. Alright, this is taking a bit long, so I guess I'll hit the halfway point.
Hey.
Right? But problem. I have to explore. I wasted a good grappling hook too. Do I have any more? I don't think I have any. Pry bar. Oh, I guess not. Alright. Oh no, I do. I have 4 more.
Now this I haven't seen.
Finish a log page. This appears to be a page torn from some larger text. Skada did not make it. I know Merrick tried his best. No point in turning back now. That's what Merrick is saying. I think the point is leaving these ruins alive. We have lost half of our people already, and I am not sure how we were meant to survive this place, especially with Skada gone. The gods were kind to let us find that study and books there. Those tomes will fetch a good price in and of themselves. We don't need to go any further. But that seal has stirred his blood. He's sure we'll find more Ingwithan relics below. Every step takes us further from a guaranteed haul and deeper into unknown territory. I don't know what madness has gripped him. I cannot stop thinking about Edriga, the way she screamed.
Now this I haven't seen before.
Hey.
Leave it to me! Leave it to me!
Quiet.
What the hell? What does this do? It's a pile of coin. Oh, there's another part of the sword. What is this? Swords piled together. Coins, discarded jewelry, battered fragments of ornamental weapon and armors. Huh. Oh, let's find the sword though. What is it? This thing. Oh. Hard bargain? Oh, there you go. What do I have to do? I have to find more pieces. Alright.
Hey. Leave it! Hey.
Not a sound.
You're not getting through me. Hey.
Man was stopped.
You're not.
Let's see what lies this way.
What?
Leave it to me.
There's a lesson to be taught.
Yes?
Wow, massive amounts of stout rope armor.
Not a sound.
Any over here? Yep. Alright, well, this leads to what? Master staircase, stairs. Oh, so that leads to world map. Oh, there you go. So it just jumps down to level 5. Okay.
You must gather.
Which part was I up to? Should I just keep going down? Just ignore it? Oh, we got slime. Oh, this is wow, this is a huge ass map. Well,
Let's see what lies this way.
You're not getting through me.
I don't think there's gonna be many traps on this level. There's hidden stuff though.
Hey.
I'll stay out of sight.
Beetles.
Leave it to me.
I'll let Mark.
Leave it to me. Leave it to me.
What?
My mind.
Let's.
Hey.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen.
You're not getting through me.
This is freaking huge.
You're not.
Parathis! I have them.
Of course.
Slimes had their gold, I guess.
Hey.
On the hunt.
Leave it to me.
Let's burn. There's a lesson to be taught.
Leave it to me.
What?
My mind field.
Parathis!
Quiet.
What is this? Oh,
And the fire shows me something new.
what is this? Oh. Hey, with an origin forming a circular piece of white Aedra, carved, shaped around a bloodstone gem. Oh, okay, it's for this sort of sword, I guess. This appears to be a page torn from some larger text. My journal is molting pages. I do not know if any part of my account survived this expedition. We Doskeda lost alongside Raedric, but she has returned, carrying a strange seal and a smirk on her face despite her injuries. She is badly wounded, and Merrick is tending to her. I have been researching the seal in the meantime. It is of an intricate design, made of an Raedric shaped around a small bloodstone gem. It seems one of our predecessors was attempting to translate some of the inscriptions in these ruins. According to his text, these seals were carried by 3 Anglican overseers, all bearing titles: the Guardian, the Builder, and the Scribe. This one seemed to have belonged to the Guardian, who was charged with defending these ruins against incursions from dangerous beasts. I have to admit, I don't believe he did a very good job of that. Okay, so I gotta find all 3 of these pieces.
Hey, thou shalt believe.
Hey.
Whoa, someone got their head splattered.
Of course.
Persistence. Anutonic. Whoa. One young, coveted. So she took the weapon for herself. Actually, let me see. Might be good for, what's her name?
Hey.
Sagani.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
What? Oh, that was dumb.
Leave it! Leave it to me!
Here's a lesson to be taught.
Hey.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Of course.
Oh,
Leave it!
PGS slot.
Leave
What is
it
this?
to me!
Wow, we're not even halfway through.
All right then.
Quietly now.
Brave thou shalt believe.
Leave it to me!
What the hell is this bridge towards?
All right then.
What? Where the hell did you come from?
Brave thou shalt believe.
Leave it to me!
Of course.
Where the hell did you come from?
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Leave it to me!
Time set it is. Damn. You've been going for. Okay, well.
Hey.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
It's the path up. What is this? Horror story about a haunted dinner party. Okay.
Hey.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Leave it to me!
What? Let's burn this away!
Not leave it to me!
I shall end this.
Let's end this! Don't... Here's a lesson to be taught.
Leave it to me! Parathis! Hey.
Light, flame, and sound.
Just clearing this place of, whoa, what was that? Hold up, there was an item over there. Wow, what was this? Oh. What was this? Resolution. It's been alleged that the Saber Resolution can be traced back to an ancient line of warriors, predating the formation of the Aether Empire, though the legitimacy of that claim has always been in dispute. What is known is that the saber has been passed down through the generations of Yenwood Earls, having accompanied them across the sea during the colonization of the Deerwood. The saber was held as a symbol of their noble lineage, and most formal portraits of the family included the blade in that respect. It was the youngest of the line who endeavored to repair the weapon, so it might serve more than ornamental purpose. The blade was reforged into a weapon that struck hard and true, and the young Earl wielded it during his efforts to reclaim the keep of Caednua, a traditional stronghold of the Earl of Yenwood. Both sword and bearer were lost, never to be seen again. Several missions were undertaken to retrieve the weapon when the War of Defiance arose, but none met with any success. Man, I've had so many freaking legendary weapons and just carrying them around.
Hey.
What the hell is this thing? Massive face appears to have somehow been shaped out of living ridges.
What?
Hey.
Alright, let's go. Gotta take more stairs. What? Really did jumping down that pit really jump a whole bunch of floors.
Gotcha!
Of course.
Quietly now.
Man, Durance, you really run out of endurance fast. Oh, whoa, is it over?
Brave does not believe.
So
You're not getting through me. Hey.
Really wish your people could pass through each other.
Hey.
Is there a family of ogres living here or something?
On the hunt.
now this I have.
Oh my god, there's a lot of... How do you get so many?
That's settled. That's that's settled.
There you go. No, it's just a gun.
Hey,
And what does the flame reveal?
This is the ogre part.
of course.
Quietly now.
What is this? There's a shield of arms there.
Hey,
All these people. Monsters
Not
survive down
getting
here. What do they eat?
hey.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for it.
What is this? Gold scaffolding. Oh, this goes back. Oh wait, no. This goes. Oh, okay. So there are every 2 floors. You get shortcuts. Good. I don't have to slog back down.
Light, flame, and sound.
There's a throne room over there. Huh. Super ogre?
Not
Who the hell is this?
hey.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Alright. Who we fight? King of Ogres? Oh, Big Ogre. Zala. Oh, we can't talk? Alright. Master speaks. Kill it. I will have its hands, its head. It will stand.
There's a lesson to be taught.
Leave it to me!
Your tale ends here!
There's a lesson to be taught.
Hey,
My mom.
you're not.
A rusted shield decorated with many leaf tree adorns the wall. A small engraving on it reads, the Earl of Yenwood.
Hey,
Can I just take the shield? Oh, what is this? Huh. Oh. Ceremony. Okay, this is the story.
hey.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Got some boots of stability. Man, I got so many boots of stability. Too stable. Too stable. Alright, so what's on the other side? If that's the stairs up. Oh, no, that's the stairs, the shortcut, I'm assuming. What the hell is this? Impressive statue. Oh, house within the stone figure strides boldly forward. Once inspect the statue. Judging by the style of clothing and the cracked remnants of a beard upon the statue, Candace suspects this was the Earl of Yenwood, a lauded warrior. He was known to lead his men to battle, wielding a gleaming saber. Alright, put the saber into his hand. The saber slides easily into place at first, but for the last short space, you find yourself having to push. You hear a hollow clunk as the statue's form suddenly shifts and rotates. You hear the rattling grind of some mechanism behind the walls at the statue's back. Closer by, the sound of scraping stone precedes a nearby wall shifting out of place to reveal a doorway.
Hey,
Okay.
Let's see what lies this way.
And the fire shows me something new.
Ooh. Lower one stick. Larwin was an elven wizard who earned his living traveling between villages and using his broad repertoire of spells to entertain the locals. He was known to be a mild-mannered man, and he avoided confrontation when possible, carrying only his prized walking stick. As Larwin aged, he found himself plagued by pickpockets, who would often use the distraction of his performance to steal equipment and coin. Larwin promptly decided to infuse his walking stick with an enchantment, granting it great speed, and from then on his performances were often punctuated by startled cries of thieves. So he attacks fast. Might be better than his two-handed staff. Let's take a look. 16 to 22. Sorry, bro. Don't use your story weapon. You gotta. Alright, well, if you care about it so much, here, you can equip both.
And the fire shall a simple test.
Alright, you were definitely meant to be before. This is like a level. This is like a level 4 lock or whatever. We can take it back. Where's the saber? No, nothing. Guess that's it. Alright.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Oh, there's more traps.
Hey.
Something's wrong with so that's probably the way out. Yep. What is this?
Hey.
Well, wait, you can talk to this guy? Dolgar, cast in orange hues by the guttering torches, a massive creature sits at the rear of this wide chamber. There's an acrid stench of blood and offal about the room, and a hot, malodorous gust wafts towards you as the ogre rises, stirring up the dust beneath its feet. If they had only known how many unwitting fools would wander into my camp, I would not have been exiled. Despite his words, the ogre studies you dispassionately. His pale, grim features are streaked with dried blood. But then, I think they have lost the taste for human, now that they have feasted on one another for so long. I will not be fattened for the eating. You were exiled? Go up a little way south and you'll find what's become of us. Once a dozen strong, and now we are nothing. Our great chief, enraged by voices and our people driven to devouring one another. And I, the coward, wait to die here alone. Easier said than done. Hunger has a will of its own. Matron Zala knows that well. Here, give him Zala's torque. I should thank you, human. You have done more than I could. It is not gratitude, I feel, but take this all the same. I will not need it where I go. Take care in this place, human. It has unmade more than my people. I remember Zala as she was before. Perhaps I will see her again in another life. Oh, he just walks away? Okay. What happens? Something happened. Oh, oops. Wait, what? No, I needed to read the thing. Oh, complete view report. Okay. So after several more abductions took place at Zakran Lake, Alof discovered that a previously unknown beast was behind the attacks. A strange ruby-red beetle would grab the locals and feed on their worst memories. Though victims would initially fight back, they would quickly enter a blissful state and drop their resistance. Unfortunately, the beetle would eventually devour all of their memories, leaving their minds vacant, broken off from the world. Alof was able to track the beetle to its nest and kill it. The locals were relieved to hear that the beetle had been killed, but dismayed to learn that the hatched eggs were discovered in the nest. As a parting gift, the philosopher from Zakran created a wand for Alof from one of the beautiful red reeds that grow along the lake. Oh. let's see, what's this one? I really like these side missions. Hold on. Apahuelo farmers in the Ixa Middle Plains discover a large and elaborate ring of small Aedra pillars in a secluded southern valley. Though presumed to be connected to any weapons in some way, the pillars do not appear to be connected to any ruins. However, since the site was discovered, farmers from up to 50 miles away have gone missing, eventually discovered days or weeks later in a ring of stones, permanently petrified. As the Apahuelos have little experience with Aedra pillars, they are calling upon reed sirens, deer winds, and glam fafnins for help. Alright, Alof, you're gonna go over there.
Hey.
So what's this finery? Wow. Though wealthy and well-educated, one Valiant noble found himself all but shunned by his peers. He lacked an eye for fashionable dress, and no particular talent for debate, finding that he could not articulate any portion of his admittedly vast pool of knowledge. While his colleagues held grand debates on the intricacies of animancy, or the state of the Valiant Republics, he stood apart. At last, desperate, the noble turned to a local wizard, and requested a set of clothing which might elevate him above the crowd, and give him opportunity to prove his wits. The result was a marvel, perfectly suited, and accentuating his features. In such a way he was immediately the center of attention. The nobleman soon found, however, that his plan worked too well, for it was the wizard Rundle whose name became associated with the fine clothing, and who found his work much in demand in the coming seasons. Oh wow, you get +2 intellect and +2 lore. Save that shit for Alof, I guess you want it. Alright, let's go. Let's go with the master staircase thing, I guess. Alright. One times. Ah, third, damn. We've been going for an hour and a half already. One more of that, I guess. I'll explore. I'll get to the next shortcut. Let's just keep going down. Well. Wait, no, stairs up there. No need to sneak. We already know what's down here. Kenneth did say that whatever he was looking for was close, so hopefully we can find that.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Oh, where are these? Oh, yes. Oh, we're finally hit the skeleton. What the hell is waiting for us down there?
Leave it to me! That's my friend! Okay, there it goes.
Following your lead.
Die! Hey. Hey. Hey.
Oh, wow, this man can sing so well, he conjures ogres.
Hey.
I wonder if the those expedition guys made it to zombie level. Oh, where'd they go? Where the hell be? Why are these skeletons?
You're not getting through me. You're not. Hey.
space above this card was simple
Hey.
hieroglyphics.
That's settled.
Not a sound.
All right then.
Yeah, some of the maps are super small. Some of the maps are really big.
I shall end.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Oh, here we go. Tell me, do you feel any different? A little ill, perhaps? No. I'm a little hungry. I've heard it said that the Angwithans set curses upon their bones for thieves to find. It seems the tales are false. Error, and I'm glad for it, of course. I do see this dude over here. What is
Need something?
the hell is this guy? Someone there? I can't. Okay. I cannot hear myself. How am I to tell him anything? Please, there is nothing here. Turn back. The gods cannot reach us.
Hey.
Oh, here we go. Two large, heavy doors bar passage forward. The archway above the doors are three small, round depressions, encircled by faded circles. Each appear to have contained an object, but all three are currently empty. I have two things in there. Okay. Let's take a look at these sealed things. So Peridot is a hammer. Peridot, Overseer's sword. Oh, sword, okay. Blitz seal, right? It's a hammer. Still need to find the eye. Alright, well, probably on this level somewhere.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea. Not very.
Oh man, just hordes of skeletons.
I have.
Need some?
You're not getting through me.
Of
course.
Okay. Sarcophagus has been pillaged.
I'll stay out of sight.
The libraries, perhaps. Where is this next seal? Whew. Well, the thieves found some of it, right? Oh, what is this?
See now what the flame has shown us?
Oh, there's the next one. Sapphire. Okay, it's the eye. Alright, what's this guy? Herbal's. Herbal's protective skin. The young village of Gilded Vale was beset by a particularly territorial fire dragon. In the early years of the Deerwood's colonial period, it was believed that the beast was provoked by the construction of Raedric's hold nearby. The first Lord Raedric cemented his popularity, and that of his house, when he gathered a dozen of his finest soldiers and slew the dragon himself. Herbel, the master armorsmith of Hale's Raedric, forged his armor from the beast's scales, and Lord Raedric II famously wore it during the War of Defiance. Despite the armor's exceptional endurance, the many scars and scratches testified to the use it saw during the war. The tree engraved on the Quasis commemorates House Gaffman, which presided over the then earldom of Yenmund. That Lord Raedric went to battle against the Earl's forces when the Earl remained loyal to Aedir was a source of great irony. Okay, it's just good medium armor. Oops. Oh, did I? Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Let's see something. There you go. Expedition log. I do not believe we will ever leave this place. I wonder if Merrick still does. It's just the two of us now, as it was when this all began, and the longer we stay, the more certain I am that it will be how it ends too. We barely escaped the Drake. I cannot help but think it must simply not have been hungry at the time. I would call us lucky, but we will have to pass it again on the way out. I found Andrus. I don't think he was alive for long after that fall, but he made use of his time. The entire pool reeked of Marcus's tears. The crooked bastard always did love his poisons.
Hey.
There's a lot of decent medium armor. Is there a better one for that? I guess I could just give this to him, right? There's a lot of medium armors. Heroes can make better use of these. It is stealthy. I don't know if... I guess not. Alright. Well, we opened the door. Hey, can't
Following your lead.
7 men until the deck they went. That's pretty no, it's not that great. Alpha fuse mere fear. What the hell is this do? Bestow a burning effect on all enemy weapons. Yeah, let's take all the deflection.
Hey.
Alright. Comes the third one. Should do it, right? The door. Brace yourself to heave the doors open, only to find they open readily under your hand. With a great groan and a gust of wind, the path forward is revealed.
Hey.
Well, here we go. The trip to the Extra-Middle Plains was largely uneventful, but Aelof discovered a grisly sight upon arriving at the Apahuelo Aedra Circle. Over 50 locals had become permanently petrified among the stones. It took a few days of investigation, but Aelof learned that the abductions all happened at specific times of night, and in a pattern for miles around the stones. With the assistance of an Apahuelo mathematician and philosopher, Aelof was able to expose the killer, an extremely powerful Aedrican that had been protecting the Aedra Circle for centuries. When Kif discovered its secret place, she began systematically stalking and petrifying anyone who lived within walking distance of the site. Aelof led a protracted battle against the creature with the help of the locals. Mossy rock. I don't care about that. No, that really wasn't very good.
Hey.
See now what the flame has shown us?
What do you got? Oh, fine club. Okay. Down we go. I do really not like how that plot twist of, oh hey, Raedric's back, and you know that decision, and that question of whether Kosk would be a good leader or not. Yeah, none of that matters. And all those guards that you didn't kill, well, he kills them for you, just to keep things consistent. Ugh.
Hey.
That's not right. Whoa, what is this place? Wait, now we're in the... I guess we're in the light. Really starting to feel the attrition.
Hey.
And what does the flame reveal?
What is this?
Leave it to me! Francis!
I wish you...
Hey. You're not getting... Hey.
Let's see what lies this way.
What the hell is this? Okay. What's this? The strange pedestal is a round depression at the top. Seems to be missing something. They were making plates. How the hell do you make plates?
Hey.
I wish...
Explosions.
Your thoughts, I wish you... I shall end.
Leave it!
The rest
All
is
right,
in
then.
red. That's not good.
Hello? Hello?
Hey.
Not a sound. Now this I haven't seen before.
Alright, so they're all missing, jewels, I guess, or something. How many chambers are there?
I'll let Mark. Let's burn the shop.
Hey.
Leave it to me!
Can't read all. Well,
Hey.
okay, we had some human sacrifices here while he's chained there. What is this? Oh, rain prism, old copper key. Alright, well, rain prism probably fits in the room with the water, right? Oh no, that's green. Never mind, I guess I haven't found it yet.
Hey. You're not getting...
Francis!
Your thoughts must...
Quietly now.
Fire prism. Alright, well, we're doing the crystal, the elements. Alright. Come on, man. Final Fantasy. Where's the Final Fantasy-ness? You don't want too many people around with the fire thing versus the flames.
All right, then.
Stand together! Stand together!
Still have to.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Focus.
Shut up. You're not getting...
God. Durant is not feeling too good right now. There's the way.
All right, then.
Hopefully he has enough stamina left in him to get through it.
I'll stay out of sight.
You don't even have to guess that.
I wish you...
I'm here.
Is this the water chamber?
I'm here. You're quite friendly, aren't you?
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Now this I haven't seen.
Don't need any more. Just put the rest of that thing in there. Actually, no. We still don't know what's over here. We'll try with greater souls than yours. Walk here. Oh, this is actually a big fight.
Thick work. I'll chew the gristle off your skull. Consider it dead.
These freaking age remains.
Hey. Of course.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
What the hell is that?
Yeah?
Hey.
Maybe I should heal up. Durant's is not looking too hot. Oh, still need something. This one, however. Alright, I got like a billion camping supplies. Why don't I just use one? Here we go. Sleep, a tide of deafening whispers assails you, chipping away your senses and your mind's understanding of itself. Their roar is louder with each passing night. Their attacks more brazen, less confined to your subconscious. A familiar voice fights his way through the din, calling out to you.
Hey! Hey! You gotta stop it with that. Just about punched you to snap you out of it. You're saying things, but they weren't any words I ever heard. You were shaking so hard I thought you'd crack your spine.
Huh, what would I do without a friend?
Well, it's nice to feel needed. I'd woke you sooner, but I thought it'd be nice for you to be able to close your eyes a bit. Folks don't last long without sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
You're twitchy these days. Reminds me of Meyerwald more than I'd like. Anything I can do, you just let me know. We're close on this one. Hang on a little longer. We'll get you fixed up.
Aw.
Hey.
It's nice to know a deer cares. Oh wow. Wow. Oh. Bending. Confident aim. It's into the frame. Unbroken. Oh, that's really strong, actually. It's vigorous defense. Well, do we ever talk to him about his brother? I don't think we did. Gonna wait for Dallas to come.
It makes two of us.
What's it know?
If you're looking to find religion, maybe you want to start with a god that hasn't been burned to dust, but I won't stop you. Aethys, he was a young man with a silver crown. Carried a candle around with him. Sounds like I'm giving a bad eulogy here.
There's a lot of different things to different people, I guess. Rebirth, redemption, light. Out in the country, he's gone. The farmer who helps all things pass. Seasons and people live. He watches over the weak, does Gown. Sees and balances made right. You can see why all the copperless rowdies around here might take a liking to someone like that. He was rather popular here for a while. For a time. These days you won't find too many people worshiping Ithos in the open. It's hard to know who still does it in private, who's giving up. Feels like I'm the last one sometimes.
What's on your mind?
Alright, well, we'll continue this next time. Alright guys. Thanks for watching.